The hidden war beneath the surface. I'm watching a reaction to The Passion of the Christ, and I can't help but notice the way the girl speaks. Her words are sharp, corrosive, and deeply rooted in a Christian belief system that seems to augment her reality. It's not just her. It's something I've seen in real life too. A kind of war that's hidden, simmering beneath the surface, where faith becomes a weapon and belief becomes a battleground. What intrigues me most is the destructive power of this system. On the surface, it preaches love, forgiveness, and salvation. But beneath that, there's a contradiction, a twisting of reality into something that serves its own narrative. The teachings, when you really look at them, are violent. The stories, the imagery, the symbolism, it's all steeped in suffering, sacrifice, and the idea that pain is holy. And yet, this violence is often masked as devotion. It's in the way people speak, the way they judge, the way they wield their beliefs like a sword. It's in the way they twist reality to fit their narrative, even when it means denying the truth right in front of them. But I've seen and felt true evil in the real world. I've encountered spirits with a raw, undeniable presence. Entities that exist beyond the lower fields that possess human minds. And I've met the true darkness, the kind that's merciless to the human soul. It's not something to be messed with. It's not something to be taken lightly. Through my journey, I've explored different kinds of faith, different paths to understanding. And what I've come to know is this: God, for me, isn't a face. God isn't a human figure or a character in a story. God is a power, an undeniable, faceless force that exists beyond the limits of the human mind. Yet, even that description feels incomplete, because there's more to it, more than words can capture, more than the mind can fully grasp. I keep myself protected from the corrosive systems, not because I'm afraid of faith, but because I see them for what they are: structures that can be as destructive as they are redemptive. Structures that demand conformity even at the cost of individuality. Structures that glorify suffering even as they promise salvation. But my protection isn't built on fear or rejection. It's built on awareness, on clarity, on the understanding that no system, no matter how powerful, can define what's real for me. The hidden war isn't just between believers and non-believers. It's within the system itself, a war between its teachings of love and its practices of control. A war between the light it claims to represent and the shadows it casts. And in that war, I choose to stand in my truth. Not as a soldier, but as a witness. Not as a follower, but as someone who sees beyond the surface. Because the truth is, spirituality isn't about fitting into a box. It's about connecting to something greater, something that doesn't need a face to be real. Written by Sora Amara Elise.